MAGA, Republicans, Christian conservatives are not beating the label of being called Nazis and fascists. Now, this dude, Paul Ingrassia, he was in the news like yesterday. He was going viral because he just came out and said, I got a little bit of a schnazi in me. Anyways, he was up for a job in this administration because he matches, because they're a bunch of fascists, they're a bunch of Nazis, but already, for some kind of reason, he has withdrawn his name. So this is from his Twitter page saying, I will be withdrawing myself from Thursday's HSGAC hearing to lead the Office of Special Counsel because unfortunately, I do not have enough Republican votes at this time. He's not saying anything about calling himself a schnazi and all the other bigoted things that he talked about. No, he's just like, the Republicans aren't going to vote for me. He says, I appreciate the overwhelming support that I have received throughout this process and will continue to serve President Trump and this administration to make America great again. It's so strange that they just refuse to not be racist. Like they just can't even do it. How hard is it to not be a scumbag? I guess it's very hard for this administration. I did the whole political article with him in it. This is one of the things that Paul Ingrassia says. I do have a schnatzy streak in me from time to time, I will admit. So that's Ingrassia. Something else he said, never trust a Chinaman or an Indian, never. I think that was in regards to Vivek Ramaswamy. Speaking of Vivek Ramaswamy, y'all know how he got kicked out of Doge and everything. He came to the internet yesterday to say, Happy Diwali, may the light prevail over darkness. And the MAGA people had to come in and remind him that he doesn't really go here. So this dude over here says, Christ is king. We are a Christian nation. Bowtied Ranger says, Christ is king. Go celebrate your cartoon monkey god religion back in India. These Indian folks really acted like they could fit in amongst the MAGA crowd, but the whole Diwali holiday let them know that they will never blend in. Paul Ingrassia had to be racist towards Black people and Black holidays. He compared MLK to George Floyd, of all people. And here he's talking about holidays, Black holidays. This is him. He says, I said we're making Kwanzaa illegal in the next Trump administration. That was the gist of my tweet. No Mulinyong holidays, from Kwanzaa to MLK Jr. Day to Black History Month to Juneteenth. Every single one needs to be eviscerated because Black folks should not have anything to celebrate in this country. Lots of news outlets have been talking about this. This is the Axios article, and I'm only doing this just so I can talk about some of the Republican response and so that we can see this wonderful picture with Trump and his neck gina out, or are we calling it a nussy or a nunt? Please weigh in on that. We're tackling the important questions. All right, so it says a White House official confirmed to Axios that Ingrassia is no longer the nominee. What they're saying, Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, Rick Scott, Florida, and James Lankford of Oklahoma were among the GOP senators who expressed opposition to Ingrassia's nomination, as Semaphore reported. He's not going to pass, Majority Leader John Thune told reporters Monday. So these people were just like, nope, I am not rubber stamping this. This is just a bridge too far, getting caught on text messages of all things. They're bigoted, but being caught on text message is so stupid. Let's also remember, Trump also withdrew economist E.J. Antoni's nomination to head the Bureau of Labor Statistics late last month amid concerns he was viewed as unqualified and too partisan. Earlier this year, the White House pulled David Weldon's nomination to lead the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The thing is, Trump doesn't want people that are qualified for the actual positions. He wants people that will kiss the ring and kind of just do the job. He doesn't want qualified people. What happened in his first administration, everybody that worked for him became toxic. They really jacked up their professional careers working for that man. People with sense know that they shouldn't work for him. So he has to scrape the bottom of the barrel. He has to go through the trash, the rubbish bin to get somebody to even, kind of wave their hand and say, I want to work for you. And so that's the problem that he's having right now. Now let's talk about how Representative-elect Adalita Grijalva is suing little MAGA Mike Johnson. She told them last week, look, if you don't swear me in a couple of days, I am going to sue you. She told them that. She gave them some warning. He still chose not to. So today she's like, bam, we're suing you. Here she is over on Twitter saying, Arizona AG Mays and I are going to court to ensure that over 800,000 Arizonans in AZ 07 are no longer silenced. Speaker Johnson's obstruction has gone far beyond petty partisan politics. It's an unlawful breach of our Constitution and the democratic process. So they're like, look, we're going to make you state on record why you're not doing this. We're going to take it because he just keeps giving these excuses and his excuses are completely invalid. So they took him to court and I am here for this. This is a comment underneath her post. So this person named Apple Lamp saying, you have a fundamental misunderstanding of congressional authority and procedure. You desperately invoke Powell v. McCormick while ignoring the critical distinction. Powell addressed the exclusion of a member based on improper qualifications. Speaker Johnson has excluded no one. He has simply exercised his constitutional prerogative to manage House operation during a period when the chamber is not in regular session. You conflate timing with denial. The Speaker has repeatedly confirmed that you will be seated. This is a scheduling matter, not a constitutional crisis. You cannot cite a single precedent requiring immediate on-demand swearing-in ceremony while the House is not in regular session due to the Schumer shutdown. And the thing is, I've heard other people say that a judge can swear her in. So if, like this person is saying that Speaker Johnson doesn't want to do it because of the shutdown, if somebody else can swear her in, cool, then this is a workaround. But these people are just trying to have every excuse. And why? Oh, okay. Because they are determined not to let the Epstein files come in. Because what are they? They are the pedo protectors, the guardians of the pedo. That's what GOP stands for now. Guardians of the PDF files, period, point blank. That is all they are. Because what is the reason otherwise? Now, James Comer, Republican out of Kentucky, is talking about the Epstein files. He says the evidence we gather does not implicate President Trump in any way. Public reporting, survivor testimony, and official documents show that Bill Clinton had far closer ties to Epstein. Cool. Swear Adalita Grijalva in, and then she's going to sign her name to get all of this released. If it's all about Bill Clinton and Trump is exonerated, absolutely cool. He has nothing to worry about, right? So then MAGA Mike comes to the stage as well, saying, suddenly now they've somehow convinced themselves that the Epstein files will be damaging to Trump and Republicans in some way that they've imagined, and so they feign outrage. So it's like they're just imagining things. So why are they working so hard to make sure that things don't come out? Keep in mind that MAGA Mike Johnson is supposedly a Christian, but every single thing that he has done in this administration has been utterly cruel. The way they are stripping Medicaid, the way they are making sure that premiums double or triple, the way that they are cutting jobs and access to funds and grants and all of these things. These people are cruel. These people are a terrible representation of what Christians should be. But anyways, this is this cartoon. It says, this man is saying, doesn't the Bible say that lying is a sin? And he says, smirk, not my King Donald version. I will say the press office for Gavin Newsom hasn't been as petty lately, but they shared this picture saying it's been 12 years, 1 month, and 11 days since Miley Cyrus dropped the music video for Wrecking Ball. And here's Donald Trump on a wrecking ball. And that goes along with this picture. It says Donald Trump doesn't want you to see this picture. He's literally destroying the White House. All right, y'all. So that is the rundown of what I found on Twitter.